pick up the gun. Revolution has come. It's time to pick up the gun. Revolution has come. It's time to pick up the gun.
Sniper fire from open windows kills 2 policemen. A fire captain shot in the back while answering a false alarm. Scores of police, troopers, guardsmen, and civilians are wounded.
On February 21st, 1965, Brother Malcolm X fell before the bullets of assassins.
By the mid-1960s, the Black Power movement posed a significant threat to the status quo. Change came to the basketball world as well. It came in the form of a Philadelphia native who would be called everything from Einstein to Black Jesus to the Lord's Prayer and finally, the Pearl.
I heard about Earl Monroe before I actually saw him play because he was already a legend.
When Monroe came in the park, it was crazy because everybody was hollering, Jesus, Jesus.
Black Jesus gonna make you disappear.
We want to see who Black Jesus is, okay? We want to see the Pearl.
And the bleachers was there, so we couldn't see who was coming from. Jesus. I said, what the? I never heard it before. Jesus.
We saw this funny walking guy walking like he had some type of disability.
And when he finally came in the park, he had a tourniquet on his head like an Arab. It was crazy.
But you knew it was he. You just knew it was he.
I was raised by my mother, Rose. My father, you know, he was with us until I was about 7. And I remember the last time when I had seen him when I was a young person, he came and gave me this, he told me to hold my hands out, and he gave me a whole handful of silver dollars. And then I didn't see him anymore. I used to make up stories why he wasn't there. He was killed in the war and so forth and so on. Then around my first year in college, my older sister saw him in town. She said, well, you should see Earl. And she arranged a meeting. And it was strange because, you know, he lived there all those years, and I didn't see him until later on in life. He had all these pictures and clippings, you know, of me in his house. And I asked him, I said, where'd you get all this? He said, you know, I read the papers and I saw this name, Earl Monroe. I didn't know, you know, if it was my son or not. But I felt close to it, so I kept all these clippings.
He was a soccer player, and he was great. He was great. And I think a lot of his movement, his footwork and all that comes from him being a soccer player.
I learned the game through trial and error. I would go out and I would try different shots and whatnot. I would go here and say, I would find my spots on the backboard, and then I used to shoot and shoot and shoot. And my mother, you know, used to have to rub me down in alcohol on my shoulders. I would be hunched up like this here from shooting so much. So I was, you know, really preparing myself to really play basketball. And once I started playing, I would write a list of the guys who really dogged me. And as I got better, I started checking them off the list.
His reputation became so large that he then was contacted, and he went to Winston-Salem.
His sophomore year, he averaged 23, and then he went from 23 to 30.
Led by the fabulous Earl Monroe, this team's a mover. That's Monroe with the ball, and he rarely misses.
He shot over 60% his senior year when he averaged over 42 points a game.
When you shoot 60% for a whole season, I mean, come on, that's unbelievable. So they were calling him Earl the Pearl.
The Winston-Salem Journal listed all the scores against the different teams that I played against. And the caption of the column was, "These are Earl's Pearls." And from that, it just got to be Earl the Pearl.
We knew that Earl had to score for us to win. If Earl shot the ball 200 times, nobody would get upset. We all kind of stuck together and did everything together.
We were arrogant. We would go into schools and find something that was wrong. We'd go to the cafeterias and say, "This food isn't any good. That means we're going to kill y'all tonight." Now, I spit on the floor, you know, and rub it out with my foot. And that used to incense the opposing team and the fans there. But they couldn't hate us for so much because we were still winning.
It just had gotten to the point we couldn't play in our own gym because it was too many people. People couldn't get in. We had to go and book all the games at the Winston-Salem Coliseum.
60% of the people that attended our basketball games were white. And this happened all throughout our conference. Every gym that we played in for his last 2 years there was a sellout.
It's funny, there were nights when the other team's fans cheered for him.
Sometimes I did something, it would amaze me that it went. I'd be looking cool going back, but I'd say to myself, damn, that was some... I wish I had a camera, I could see that.
As he would say, the court is his canvas, and he's able to paint his picture on that basketball court.
Earl Monroe was an innovator.
He was the first one that used to do that spin.
And the whole country trying to learn how to spin.
He can spin this way and spin right back the other way, or he can spin a complete 360, okay, like a top.
I was in the stands, just enjoying the pearl, spinning, you know what I mean?
He'd come down there and he'd fall apart and he'd fake you up and he'd jump into you and fall down, and you would thought that you killed him, and then he'd score.
And you just said, that's impossible. But it's not.
Hi, everybody. This is a championship game of the NCAA College Division Basketball Finals. The Southwest Missouri Bears going against the Winston-Salem Rams.
Probably 99% of those people had never seen us play.
At guard, number 10, Earl Monroe, and get this, a 6'4" senior from Philadelphia, averaging 42.2 a game.
All they had heard was, you got a guy scoring 44 points a game. So, first thing is, we want to see it.
I think it was party time then.
Watch Monroe now, he'll do something fancy, like that.